Alright guys, I'm going to show you how to, as methodically and safely as possible, transport yourself into LowSec for the Winter Nexus event in a battleship. I have some methods worked out here that I think would be highly beneficial to share, so I'm going to do that. You're going to need to bring some stuff with you, and I'm going to go over that in this video. So, first thing we have is our battleship, and we're going to need to bring everything with us that we're going to need to refit the battleship on the fly. So as you can see here, I have inertial stabilizers and warp stabilizers. That is not how we're going to be fighting these combat sites, but that's how we're going to be initially moving around through the metaliminal storm systems to find where we want to post up. You are going to need a couple different mobile depots. One is going to be a safe spot mobile depot, and I highly recommend using the yurt mobile depot because it is much harder to scan down. You'll be able to see it on D-scan, but you won't be able to find out where it is unless you are using, someone is using combat scanner probes, which they would need a really high scan strength to be able to find this versus a regular one. So we're going to go over that when we get there, and you can bring a mobile tractor unit, or you can bring a tractor beam to loot the battleship wreck, or you can bring, or you can just fly to it. So this video is going to be about getting in here to these sites, moving around, posting up, and hopefully video of doing a site. So we're going to need a few different filaments. These are the Winter Nexus filaments. We have a low sec filament, we have a high sec filament, and we have a null sec filament. I'm probably only going to use the low sec filament in this video. So what you're going to want to do is fly to a safe area. You're not going to be around anything. This is a safe spot I have set up. We're going to need a cloaking device to do this safely. And everything that you need for your regular fit and a refit in space, which you're going to use the mobile depot to do. So, to use the filament, you're going to have to turn your safety off. And these work in 15-minute increments, so you can only do 4 filaments an hour. And we're going to take our low-sec filament and use it. That'll give us a 15-minute timer. So it's a capsuleer log-off timer, so your ship will stay in space. Even if you log off, even if you die, whatever, not if you die, but, you know, even if you log off, your ship will stay in space. So now what we are going to do is we are in the system. I am going to move forward, and I am going to immediately cloak. So now that I am cloaked and that I am safe, I am going to open up D-scan is the first thing I'm going to do. I can see, and I'm going to check my local. I can see we got 10 people in here. And so basically right now we're going to start doing recon. We want to see what system we're in, where we're at, you know. Keep our D-scan open. The shortcut for D-scan is V. Right now I'm not super worried about like people that are in here because I just came in the system. I'm cloaked up. Also, this would be a good spot to make a safe spot if you plan on staying in the system for fighting, which I'm probably not going to do. I am going to look at my map and figure out where I am. Okay. So this is the region we're in. And what I'm looking for right now is to figure out, is there a nice dead-end metaliminal storm system? This says there's 5 pilots in system. And we're going to use this tab here to see if that's a metaliminal system. It is. So usually what I look for is a dead-end system. This system has a bunch of people in it, and it's a crossroads, so I really don't want to post up here. You want to get to somewhere that it doesn't have a lot of people, and it's a dead end, and it's not too far away. See this? That's high sec though, so I don't want to go there. I want to stay in low sec, obviously. I wouldn't have filamented the low sec. Laser. That's where I was last night. Or that's one place I went to last night, actually. I didn't die there. That was nice. I also just left because it was like I was trying to get back to high sec, and it ended up being like a high sec island. So it didn't do me any good. What region is this? Genesis. I'm wondering who... How many jumps is it? 11 jumps. So basically, you know, you're going to filament into one area, and like you want to find a dead end system out of that area that isn't too many jumps away, that is low sec, and it still has a metaliminal store. And since we're in low sec, you can't get bubbled. "14 pilots docked in station." That's a lot. 1 pilot, 4 pilots docked in station. 2 jumps away. 3 jumps. So, yeah, right now we're just doing some reconnaissance. We're also going to check how many ships destroyed in the last hour. Is one stat we also want to go by. For 1 ship destroyed, 1 ship destroyed, 2 ships destroyed, 2 ships destroyed. You're also probably going to want to have Zkill open in another window and check on the systems, see what the activity is like. So I can see right here there's been no ships destroyed in the last hour on that. That's nullsec. We don't want to. You also want to avoid nullsec because you could get bubbled on a gate and gate camped. You don't want that. That's going to be the end of your journey right there, and it's not going to be fun. You can't put up warp bubbles in low sec, only in null sec. So, and that's back into high sec. So, do we have a storm down here? Sure don't. I think we're gonna try our luck with this system right now. It's 2 jumps. So we're gonna try it out, see what happens. I mean, we gotta get the ball rolling. Can't just sit here all day long. So we're going to decloak, and we're gonna jump. D-scan is going to be your super best friend this entire time you're in low sec. Just want to be spamming that thing. and keeping an eye on your overview. And once you find a system that doesn't have a lot of people, you're going to do even more recon and check out everyone's information by opening it. You know, if a lot of these people are going to be from filaments, but what you want to be aware of is the locals, because they're going to be hunting you. So as of right now, I have an Astero and a capsule. I'm not worried about that, so I'm just going to jump straight through. We got 20 people in system. Not pumped about that, and this is a bunch of alts, so that's probably a local. And no, maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, he's got pretty low security status, so it's all pandemic horde. They'll probably want to kill you right away. Basically, as soon as people see you in their local, like their home area, and they see that you have like a 4 or 5.0 security status, and they look at your Z-kill and they see that you're a Care Bear, they're going to try to murder you, straight up. They're going to come hunting for you. Alright, we got 6 people in local here. I am going to make a safe spot real quick. And the way we're going to do that is we are going to pick a random planet. We're going to warp to 100. I'm going to open my map just to show you this and how it works. So you can see where I am and where we're warping to. I'm going to hit Control B. And then in the middle of my warp, I'm going to hit submit. And that's going to make a bookmark right at that spot right there. Check our D-scan. We got some scanner probes out. Got like 6 people in local. So now that I'm here, I'm going to warp to a moon at 100.
Warp drive active.
And I'm going to make another bookmark while I'm warping. And you'll see why I'm doing this in a second if you don't already know. Control B, and you can open it. Okay, and we're going to submit it right there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to warp back to this bookmark.
Warp drive active.
And then after we warp to this bookmark, we're going to warp from this bookmark to this bookmark. And in between there, we're going to make another one. We're going to make a third bookmark. It's going to be right about here. And that way, what'll happen is you're not in between 2 normal places where someone would warp. So they don't accidentally warp across you when you're trying to cloaky camp in the system. When you're cloaked up and you're trying to hide, you don't want people warping across your safe spot, because they'll like see you for a split second, just like a blip in space, and you just don't want that. So we're going to warp to this location.
Warp drive active.
And like I said, as we're warping, we're going to go boom right there. That's where I want my safe spot to be. And then we're going to delete this one. We're also going to delete the other one. And then what we're going to do is this is going to be our hangout area. That's where we're going to set up our mobile depot, and we're going to cloak and use that as a refitting service. So we're going to warp back to here.
Warp drive active.
And then after we get here, we're going to drop our yurt. And I'm going to orbit it at 5,000 right now just so I can cloak. It probably doesn't matter actually. I probably don't need to do that. I just put my safety on just so I don't accidentally hit a button and smart bomb my own mobile depot. So yeah, now that we're set up here, we're gonna check out everyone's profile. You know, we have a small amount of people in system. It's a dead end system. So when you see these people, you're going to want to check their Z kill and see like if they've killed people in system. You're also going to want to check and see like if there are any structures here. You can use these stations if you want to, I guess, but I just feel safer out here using a mobile depot. It is nice to have a station in system just to be able to drop your loot in, you know, after you empty your mobile depot. So now that we have our mobile depot set up, we can use this as an in-space fitting service. And on your D-scan, what you really need to watch out for is combat probe scanners. If you see core probe scanners, it's probably people just looking for the anomalies. But when you start seeing combat probe scanners, that's when you need to worry about someone coming to find you. Now, also, if people want to hunt you, they can just see the gates for the combat sites. So it's really something to be aware of for all of this. So now we're going to refit to our fitting for how we want to be set up to fight the combat sites, which is a separate thing altogether. Where did my... I got my reactive on, I got that on. Flux coil. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, now that we're set up for combat, you want to put like anything you need to keep safe into the mobile depot. So I need these high-sec filaments to get back out of here. Yeah, anything you don't want to carry with you that you need to keep safe, you want to put in here. And mostly I have this set up so that I can drop my loot from the combat sites back in here. So yeah, what you can do is after you're fit up, you can, if you want to, just like chill in system. Your timer is gone, so you could just cloak and then log off and then come back later, and then run the combat sites when the system is even more empty, or you know, after you check out your Z kill for all these people or whatever. So I'll probably make a separate little video, because this one's getting to be a bit long, about running these muster points. So these are the event combat sites, and I'll do another little video on that after this. So now that we're away from our mobile depot, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to orbit at 5,000, and I can cloak again. And the chances of someone running across you here without you, even if they scan down your yurt, which would be hard to do, you'd probably see it first because you would notice Sisters combat scanning probes out, and then you would be able to either dock or run away or just sit here and wait until they get here and then try to kill them. It really depends. But what you're going to want to keep an eye out for is keep an eye on here and keep an eye on local. If this starts spiking, you probably got a gang that's coming in here, and you need to watch out. Like out here, you're safe. What you need to worry about is when you're in the combat sites. So that's my method of how to get out and move around LowSec in these metaliminal storm sites for the Winter Nexus. And I will do another video after this to show running the sites and what I do and how they work and how profitable they are, because they are very profitable. Enough for me to buy a whole nother battleship and come out here and risk doing this. I got like $1 billion ISK in 3 sites. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, and if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. Feel free to drop me a line in game. I'm probably not going to upload this until I am not around here anymore, and that way I will not get ganked into oblivion. So, thank you, and I'll catch you guys later.